During this Black History Month, Morning in America is taking time to honor change makers in the world. And one happens to have founded the largest female Black-owned bookstore right here in Chicago. Nick Smith is here with her story. And you went, met her.
I did. My producer and I, we had a chance to meet her. She's amazing. Her name is Danny Moore, and she is a bundle of energy. She is the woman behind Semicolon, an independent nonprofit bookstore in Chicago's West Town neighborhood. Their focus, a celebration of diverse voices for readers who enjoy stories by and about minority authors. After a life-changing diagnosis, instead of defeat, Danny turned the page and started a new chapter that includes providing books to Chicago public schools and bridging the literacy gap among minority students. Danny, talk to us about what makes this so special.
Me or Semicolon?
I have reason to believe the two are the same.
I think there's a genuine love and appreciation for things, for words, for people, for life. And I think you can feel that. I think it kind of comes out of my pores and into my space regularly. When I started this space, I was the third Black woman-owned bookstore in Chicago, but the first one to be open at that moment. I'd just been diagnosed with cancer and was just kind of struggling with what life felt like. And I had to make the decision, if I wanted to do something for the rest of my life, however long that may be, what was the thing? And the thing was hanging out with books. The thing was having art all around me. The thing was playing music all day and just talking to people. And so when I walked into what was an empty, horrid little space, I was like, I can do something with this. And that's how Semicolon came to be. Grammatically, it is where an author could stop the sentence but chooses to move it forward. And after my diagnosis, this is how I move forward.
Where the second part could stand on its own.
The second part could stand on its own.
Or it can join the first.
My store feels like your favorite auntie's house. It should feel like we are family the moment you walk through the door.
I can't help but notice you turn the books out. Books are supposed to go cover to cover. What are you doing, Danny?
They're supposed to be in alphabetical order. What are we doing? I think having those covers turned outward also reminds people that this space is specific. Why do we want to read a book with somebody on the cover that doesn't look like us? And so when we can see somebody that looks like us, let's turn those covers outward. Let's make sure you can see you from a mile away. And you should be drawn to this book and maybe interested in the story.
How does this work with community and your ties with the schools to let them know that you're here?
We started a Clear the Shelves program. We allow students to just come in and take whatever books they want off of the shelves free of charge. And that started our relationship with Chicago Public Schools. Anytime they're like, hey, we need books for these classrooms, we need books for these events, we don't have the budget, can you help? We find a way to help.
You're also a nonprofit.
Yes. Our system is, if somebody is at the register and is like, oh, I can't afford that one, we give them the book. And that's why it's important for us to be a nonprofit and ideally get some of these grants. We haven't gotten any yet, but we're gonna keep working on it.
Black History Month, we're February. Is there a book that you say, you know what, when I have somebody who's under the age of 12, I definitely recommend?
I would say Big by Vashti Harrison. Big is one of my favorite books. It's in our children's room right now, and it is a little girl who's a little bigger than the other girls her age, and she just doesn't fit in, and she's so sad about that, and she recognizes that bigness is also spiritual.
You've got someone in their early to mid 30s, working a full-time job. What are you going to point to?
Rest is resistance. Trisha Hersey, go to bed. That's what the book is about. Trisha says go to bed. Trisha says that as Black people, you have to sit down. Every fight is not our fight, and we are better when we are rested. Our health is on the line.
What excites Danny?
The future excites me. I like the idea that Semicolon can become whatever we want to be at any point.
Danny Moore is excited, Semicolon.
Danny Moore is excited, Semicolon is becoming.
Loved her. Love, love, love. Danny's story is still being written. Since 2020, Semicolon has provided more than 13,000 students with new books free of charge. To learn more or to donate, visit semicolonshy.org.
You're emotional.
Loved her.
Yeah.
Because books changed my life. We talked about that. The importance of, I think about my mom and finding little books and stories that had my name and my face in it. Markie, it takes me back. I love it.
Takes you back.
Loved you, Danny.
Semicolon, so profound. A bookstore is a refuge for so many people. And giving books for free if someone can't afford it.
Reading changes lives.
Her heart.
Yes.
Unparalleled. Amazing. Thank you for bringing us that story, Nick. just beyond.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.